Alright guys, welcome to another Outrun online lesson. Today we're going to be working on the wall run and climb up. An awesome combo both for parkour speed courses, but also potentially in a real life situation. Being able to climb up and over something is super important. So today's work will require some equipment that can be hard to come by at home, but usually it's easy enough to get outside and find a couple brick walls that can serve our purpose. I'll show you some more details in a sec. Alright guys, go check out our warm-up video so you can get all ready for today's class. Now that you've done that, let me show you our buy-in. So today before you start class, I want everybody to practice 30 to 60 seconds of half cat hold like this and cat hang hold like this. We'll talk about a few more details in just a sec. If you guys are just starting off parkour, you're in level 1, aim for 30 seconds, but you can do it in multiple pieces. If you guys are in a level 2 or 3, try and stay up there for 60 seconds. If you need to break it in half, go for it. Make sure in your guys' half cat you have both hands planted on top. If it's buggy your wrists, you can even come up onto your fingertips, but keep your toes dug into the wall, and the higher your feet are, the tougher it is. For our cat hang, starting at the top, make sure you're holding on with all fingers, including your thumb, your strongest finger. Keep straight arms so you don't get too tired too fast. Get your feet up nice and high so we have good grip on the wall. And lastly, have one foot a little lower than the other. This will be very important as we start practicing our climb ups.
Alright guys, before we get into our wall runs, we're going to start nice and easy and start with a wall pop first, which looks like this.
The wall pop is a slower and more controlled version of the wall run, just so that we can focus on our technique. The first thing up is foot and ankle safety. Sometimes when people practice their wall runs, they come in paying too much attention to their hands and touching the top and can kick the wall pretty hard. So we want to make sure that we're nice to our feet and placing them on the wall. All your attention should be on your feet as you come in, and then after you're up in the air, you can start thinking about your hands. The next thing to watch out for is our ankle. If we land on the wall and compress our legs too much, we can stretch our Achilles or compress the front of our ankle. So make sure that your calf is nice and strong and you're pushing into the wall as you pop up. Now that you're being careful and making sure your feet are safe, let's talk about where we need to put them. Our top foot, the one that's going on the wall, needs to be about hip height, and our bottom leg needs to be about a leg's length away from the wall. Both feet are super important because if our foot is too low or if we're too close to the wall, our foot will just slip right down. So make sure you come up to the wall, measure just like this, get your foot up nice and high and your leg down low. Once you have this L, remember the spot where your bottom foot is so you can come in for your full wall pop. Now that you have the footwork down, it's time to think about our arms. As we do our wall pop, our arms should be loaded behind, ready to swing up to give us a little extra height. And also, we're gonna have to place them on the wall eventually. Most people like to use one hand on the wall to help them just in case their foot slips so they can catch themselves before their face runs into the wall. And then lastly, after your arms swing up, start reaching and see if you can tap the top of your wall. Whether it's short or high, you wanna swing them up and then try and catch the top. Alright, so the last thing we need to add to a wall pop in order to turn it into a full wall run is just a little bit more speed. Paying close attention to our foot and ankle safety, our foot placement, and our arm placement, we're ready to add the speed we need for a full wall run.
Ooh, that was awesome, dude. Huh.
Awesome, now that you're able to wall run, catch the top of your wall and pull yourself into cat hang, you're ready for the next step, which is the climb up. That'll take us from our cat hang all the way up on top of the wall. Before we start working on that though, I need to teach you guys 2 skills. The first skill is the wall dip. For this one, we'll hop up into our half cat and then we're gonna lower ourselves until our chest is laying on the box, and then we'll need to push all the way back up to straight arms. A full wall dip looks like this. But it can be a little tough at first. If you need to use your waist to help you, that's fine, but we need to be able to do that dip motion before we can learn the full climb up. And our second skill is the cat pull, where we hop up into our cat hang and then do a pull up, getting our chin all the way up over the wall. Once we have these 2 down, we know we have the starting strength needed to practice the climb up.
Alright guys, so you're up on that wall and hanging in that cat hang. The first part of the climb up is going to be having a good knee drive, which looks something like this.
The knee drive is important because it's a little trick that lets us take some of the strain off our arms and build up momentum so that we can pull ourselves over with a little bit less effort. We start off with one foot a little lower and one foot a little higher in our cat hang. That bottom foot is going to take a step up the wall as we do our cat pull. Your goal is to get your bottom foot to step higher than your top foot as you do your knee drive. And for more advanced students, you'll want to be paying attention to your knee driving knee. As it comes up, your knee should reach the top of the wall or higher. With the aid of our knee drive, we're ready to try a full climb up, going from cat hang all the way up the wall. Up first, make sure you're using your toes for grip. Take that step up the wall, and as you get to the top, lean forward to get your elbows or chest over. Once you're on top, push to straight arms and top out by bringing your feet up behind you. We call that a level 1 climb up, where we're using anything we need, elbows included, to get ourselves up on top of the wall. The next step, if you want to be faster in your climb ups, is to get a level 2, where your pull and your knee drive are so quick that you don't have to use your elbows. It looks like this. Nice. The final step, which only a few of you guys are working on at this point, is our level 3 climb up, where we're able to pull and knee drive so fast that we don't even have to push at the top. We finish with our straight arms, or almost straight arms. I'll show you one now. Alright.
Guys, to make your climb ups a little bit faster, you want to focus on the second half just as much as the first half. So what I mean by the second half is when you're up here, make sure you guys aren't using your knees to get on top of the box. So rather than using our knees to get up on top, you guys want to use your foot to step up. So from here, you want to put your foot up and then come up to the top. Alright guys, so the next thing for our faster top out is going to be focusing on that heel drive, which looks just like this. The first thing we're going to do first, you guys heel drive and bring both feet off to the side. So from here, you bring both feet off to the side. Alright guys, so the last step to our top out is being able to heel drive and bring both feet in the middle of our hands, just like our monkey plants.
Now that we've gone over all the pieces of the wall run and climb up, let's go over some common problems. Sometimes I'll see people try their climb ups and they'll slide right off the wall because their grip strength just isn't there yet. A move we can use to work on this is popping up into our cat hang and doing a leg press, straightening our legs and coming back out. That increases the amount of grip strength required, making it a good workout. Another way you can work on your grip strength every day is just finding a place to hang out. Alright, often it's hard to work on our climb ups because we might just be a little slow. A good way to work on our technique with the proper speed is to practice running and jumping climb ups. The running and jumping climb up lets us take momentum into our climb up so we can practice the technique at full speed. For the running climb up, start a couple steps away just like you would for your wall run, and as you put your foot up on the wall for that wall run, you're going to knee drive right at the same time. So that bottom foot will jump up and step higher than your first foot. If you're a little stronger and just want to try the jumping climb up, you start down low and use one foot to jump off the floor, again starting off your knee drive and stepping up higher than your first foot. For this week, we'll be doing a workout focused around climb up strength, which Michael has beautifully drawn out for us here. Take a look. You guys will want to give yourself a day or two to recover from working on your climb ups today for this lesson before you do your workout. Level 1s, you'll be right over here. Level 2 and higher, you guys will be doing the same exercises, but with some extra repetitions in there. Let me walk you through one round. Starting off, a climb up. 3 cat pulls. 3 leg presses. 3 wall dips. And now I'm going to hold my cat hang for 10 seconds. 10. and hold my half cap for 10 seconds. 10. All right, guys, rest for 90 seconds or a little bit longer if you need it, and then go ahead. I want to see 3 rounds of this. Thanks for watching this week's Outrun online video lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed training with us in spirit. Make sure you do your homework and film at least 1 round of it so that you guys can schedule a one-on-one coaching review session with us on our website, outrunonline.com, so that we can check in and see how you're doing with your training. And